remember the very first day we arrived on this island, Kaneko time? I certainly do. The hideaway was overgrown with lush vegetation. Yet look at it now, trimmed and trampled and tamed into a vision of civility. We ought to pat ourselves on the backs for such good work. And I emphasize we because it was only through our combined efforts that anything managed to get done around here. Speaking of getting things done and those incapable of doing so, the curious courier is making that infernal racket again. I'm assuming you know what that means. You like Melf, don't you, Kaneko time? Then I have glad tidings for you. Word of our esteemed handicrafts has spread beyond the Rotteno Sea, and a number of buyers have indicated their interest in purchasing our goods wholesale. Fulfilling these new requests, and thereby increasing our profits so you may pamper your hard-working employees, will require your cooperation, however. Consider it a favor to me. Each term, I will provide you a list of goods, and you will procure said goods by the deadline I give you. Simple enough, no? And, should you prove yourself diligent at scratching my back, I might be inclined to scratch yours. A favor rendered ought to be a favor received, after all.
You can now review the Felicitas favors available each season by speaking with the Felicitas Furball. Earn Felicitas tokens by speaking with the Felicitas Furball after completing a Felicitas favor, which can be accomplished by shipping the requisite amount of handicrafts within a designated season. Felicitas tokens may be exchanged at the Horrendous Orders shop for various items. Please note that Felicitas tokens earned during the previous season must be retrieved by the end of the current one. Tokens earned prior to the previous season cannot be retrieved.
Their journey. Contact from Mistress Tataru. She is presently en route with another pair of guests who wish to survey the island. She also mentioned an important update, a crucial announcement. You must go and meet her on the beach.
Kaneko, I thought we might find you waiting.
Do forgive us for suddenly dropping in. It is wonderful to see you in good health.
It is indeed, and were it not for Oriange's propensity for speaking in circles, we may well have been reassured earlier.
To answer your unspoken question, researchers involved with the development of the Ragnarok have been encouraged to take vacations to refresh their bodies and minds. And the lovely couple beside me decided that visiting your island would do just that.
Before we knew it, all of our colleagues had already returned from their vacations. We knew it was time to make our own arrangements, but could think of nowhere in particular we wished to go.
Outside the purposes of our research, we've never been avid travelers, even less so since we lost Moonbreedie. Cockle noticed our reluctance and suggested we visit the Southern Isles, extolling the virtues of fresh air and claiming we'd have a bloody good time.
When we mentioned his recommendation to Orianger, he told us of your own tropical hideaway in the Cieldalaes. Truth be told, knowing our destination might be your island became our greatest motivation. Indeed, our excitement quite overwhelmed us, as you can see from our matching outfits. That said, while this little strip of beach is quite lovely, we were hoping you would honor us with a full tour. Your mention of mammoths has also piqued my interest as a researcher, I must confess.
Say no more. Come, wait till you see Nicotine's home sweet hideaway. Each time I return, it never ceases to amaze me how far your hideaway has come.
Remarkable. To think you've achieved all this after starting out with naught but yourself and a team of mammoths.
What you've accomplished here is outstanding, Nicotine. The complexity of the architecture far exceeds what I expected. This was all untamed wilderness when you first arrived, was it not? It must have been an ordeal to get it to this state.
We have witnessed our fair share of development in Labyrinthos, and one need not be directly involved to understand its hardships. Carving out a place for yourself here must have been quite the lengthy process.
That's our Nicotine. Innovative and determined to the last. Though, she didn't do it all by herself. Oh gods, I almost forgot. My important announcement.
Hello, there. Bring out the pudding, if you please.
Please allow us to join the rebel army.
And you are.
Puddingwe. Here to partake of the finest tropical puddings.
Of course. Yeah, I do believe I only had this couple scheduled for a tour today. Might I ask how you arrived here?
Well, I was helping out at the last stand in hopes of acquiring another bowl of rainbow pudding. When what should I hear but a delightful conversation about a trip to the Southern Isles.
He must have overheard us when we stopped for tea.
Please allow us to join the rebel army.
I do hope you can forgive me for tagging along. The moment I heard Cieldalaes, my paws were already moving. After all, such tropical locales must be possessed of equally tropical, and dare I say delectable, pudding just waiting to be sampled. Son of a submariner. So, I thought it only natural that I stow away in your luggage. And now, here I am.
And you notice nothing unusual the entire way here?
Not a thing, my dear. I dare say he's rather as light as he looks.
It seems you have had quite the adventure, Puddingway, which makes this all the more difficult to tell you. There is no pudding here. No culinary establishments serve pudding on this island.
Finally, it is in my grasp. The power to control all creation.
No. This is ruin. All ruin. How can you say that any place on this beloved star is lacking in the very existence of pudding?
Quite easily.
It may not be fruitful to consider pudding as guaranteed. In some places, 'tis more of a rare delicacy.
Aye, though similar dishes can be found here and there if one knows what to look for.
Oh, sweet mother Heideling. Where is the pudding?
Do not despair, little one. If it is pudding you want, then pudding you shall have. All I need are the proper ingredients and utensils. When Moonbreda was young, she and I would oft entrench ourselves in the kitchen and make pudding by the potful. 'Tis an old family recipe, the best in the realm, as she would have it.
What's this I hear about making pudding? I see. So because this bipedal leopard, somehow capable of speech, does not have immediate access to pudding, it has reached a state of complete despondency. Very well. Let it never be said that the felicitous verbal is not a charitable and joy-bringing mammoth. Pray, tell me what you require for this culinary endeavor.
For ingredients, we shall need milk, eggs, and sugar. As for the utensils, vessels that can be nested for a water bath, and some sort of stove. All of a size and quantity to satisfy the appetites of everyone present.
I believe we can manage that.
Finally, it is in my grasp. The power to control all creation.
Please allow us to join the rebel army.
You truly are Heideling's chosen.
In that case, I'll save my important announcement until after the pudding festivities.
Then let us be about it. I shall now share with you a treasured family recipe, so listen well. Well, this trip has certainly taken an interesting turn, though I dare say it shall prove just as diverting. Tatoru, Puddingway, and I shall enlist the help of your mammoths to gather the necessary ingredients. In the meantime, I would have you and Wilfson prepare our cooking utensils. I was told that a mammoth has gathered all you should require and will be waiting for you upon the hill. My husband plans to meet you on the beach, so speak with him once you are supplied and ready.
The wind is calling me.
Great.
Howdy there, Madam Kaneko. The tidy tinkerer, at your service. If anything needs tidying, I'm your mammoth. I sifted through all the material I have tidied so far and found precisely what you should need for crafting your utensils. What joyous luck! It all tidily fit into these 2 crates, but I fear they are rather large. You'll need to make 2 trips, mind your footing on the way down.
Those are the materials, are they? Perfect, just set the crate down there. Allow me to say what an honor it is to assist such a noble task. From stoking a steady fire, to crafting the vessels necessary for mixing ingredients, to performing said mixing, it shall be my pleasure to serve. There's another crate. The more materials the better, I suppose.
Howdy there, Madam Kaneko. It seems I have been accosted by a chicken. Fear not, my systems remain in working order. I'll keep the brute distracted while you sneak away with the second crate. There may be more lurking, however, so do keep your wits about you.
This should be everything, yes. My thanks. You've done your part, so you can leave the rest of the preparations to us. Blowuider and the others should be here ere long. Although I have never been one for traveling, I do have a wealth of experience in crafting. Moonbreather and Orion saw to that. It started when Moan asked if I would help her create a diorama of some ruins from one of Orion's books. She was always looking for ways to grab his attention. So we set about it, she and I, molding the buildings from clay and carving in little runes until we had ourselves a perfectly sound replication. As time went on, our projects became more ambitious, not to mention large. Why, there was one time we took apart the garden with the scale model of an ancient Allegan townscape. Blowuider was less than pleased about that one. Anyway, I'm excited to try my hand at it all again. It's been a while, but I dare say your helpful mammoths will be more than generous with their assistance.
Now we need but wait.
Well, this seems as good a time as any for my announcement. Ahem. As you know, the Island Sanctuary Initiative was brought forth by Admiral Merrill Webb not only as a source of employment for former pirates, but as a means of offering self-sufficient sanctuaries to those who might benefit from them. To prove that such an enterprise was feasible for all, regardless of wealth, I proposed she lease this isle to Kenekotine on the condition that all materials and tools would be procured locally. You have gone far beyond merely achieving this goal, Kenekotine, You have shown us the sanctuary that can flourish. Rest assured your accomplishments have not gone unnoticed. For you, Kennecotin, have been officially awarded highest honors by Admiral Merrill Webb for excellence and dedication to the Island Sanctuary Initiative. This island will hereby serve as an example for future development during the program's pending expansion. Furthermore, as the Isleworks who oversaw this success, you have been granted permission to make use of this island indefinitely. Invite your friends, continue to explore, or redesign your hideaway as you see fit. This is and shall ever be your island sanctuary.
In light of this news, I believe we ought not call this gently steaming pot of perfection, pudding. Nay, we should call it the pudding of perseverance and prominence, in honor of the efforts of all. Yes. Yes. I can almost taste it. Pudding.
I dare say we've made enough for the entire island, though I suppose you'll have to partake of our share.
I'll have none of that. Everyone who had a hand in making this pudding deserves a taste.
I believe each and every one of you are equipped to absorb ether voluntarily, although you may have only used this function to facilitate continuous labor. The fresh ingredients we used in this pudding are rich with ether. Go on, give it a try.
It's amazing.
I've never absorbed ether like this.
It's so smooth. It tastes like happiness.
My sweet. My love. My pudding. The time has come. It's everything I dreamed of.
You'd better get a serving while you still can.
This magical place truly is worthy of being called paradise.
That was delicious. I had so much, I can hardly move an elm.
From start to finish, your mammoths were a delight to work with. We must never take the efforts of Automator for granted.
Goodness, I can't remember the last time I feasted so. There's little better than merriment to whet the appetite. So, how did you find our pudding? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Should you ever fancy another bowl, you know where to find me.
Full glad was I to see your mammoths in such high spirits. I'm of the understanding that these are the self-same mammoths once intended to perform as laborers after the Great Exodus. As a researcher of Labyrinthos, I struggle to voice how grateful I am to know they have found a new purpose here.
Truly. And to see how their exemplary efforts have aided Kanekotine in earning such accolades? I hardly know how to put the pride to words.
Though it hardly measures to the sort of congratulations you are due for your accomplishments, we did bring you a gift from Shaoliu. A small thank you for hosting us. We thought that might be an ideal outfit for lounging about in a tropical paradise. It even has a waterproof watch. Made of the very same material as the Ragnarok, I might add.
And what of you, Puddingway? Did you enjoy your time here? You must be fit to burst with all the pudding you devoured.
Without a doubt, today has been the best day of my life. You said that this island is to serve as an example to future Isle keeps, correct? Which means, no matter the hardship, they will each strive to emulate Kanekotine's greatness. Once each island has earned its own pudding of perseverance and prominence, this archipelago will become home to the greatest pudding culture in the real, nay, the entire universe. Kanekotine, thank you for saving this star.
Well then, we'd best be on our way. Perhaps vacations abroad can indeed be worth the effort, if spent in such lively company. You might consider taking one yourself sometime.
I'd like to say a few words to Kanekotine, if you could wait for me by the skiff. Thank you for once again hosting us on such short notice. In truth, I had my own motives for bringing so many guests to your island. I wanted to view your progress through unbiased eyes. Or at least eyes more unbiased than mine. But now that you have reached such a monumental milestone, Your only guests should be the ones you choose, those nearest and dearest to you. Is what I'd like to say, but there is one last party I wish to invite. At the strong behest of Emmanuel and Sicard. What do you say? Would you be willing to welcome one last group of visitors? Wonderful. I shall contact the curious courier when I have made the arrangements. Until then,